Do you remember going to the circus and going into the fun house and they had these different mirrors? You stand in front of one and it'll make you look tall and slender. You stand in front of another one and it would make you look short and dumpy. Those were illusions. Today we're going to talk about shape. This is the second element of design that we're covering in this series on elements of design. And again, after we talk about elements of design, we're going to roll into the principles of design. So let's get back though to element. Element, as I said in episode 35, is the ingredients of design. So we're continuing with the ingredients of this wonderful dish that we're laying out called fashion. So this element, shape, is used in fashion to help create illusion, just like those mirrors did at the circus. So come on into the room. Let's talk about shape. You're listening to Marketing Adventure, the hub for business, fashion, marketing, and other CTE educators who integrate marketing into the learning experience. I'm your host, Jackie Walker. Each week, I'll cover marketing education concepts, strategies, tips, trends, frameworks, and other information to equip you to connect your classroom to digital natives while cultivating an engaged learning environment. So come on into the room where your favorite beverage, snacks, and even your cell phone are all welcome. As a refresher, I am going to go over the 8 elements of design that we're talking about in this series. So we have color, we have shape, line, texture, form, space, value, and type. And today we're talking about shape. Now, if you want to hear about color, go back to episode 35, where I go into detail about color. Shape is something that you may not really think about too much when you're shopping for your clothing, but it does make a difference as for how things look on your body. Now, you have to look at your body type first before you really start adding shape to your body when you're dressing for with clothing and things of that nature. But that's for another series. Today we're going to talk about shape. What is shape? What is a silhouette? That's another word for shape. Well, it's the silhouette of the overall form and outline of an outfit or clothing or an item. We're specifically focused on fashion. So when we talk about shape and silhouettes when it comes to fashion, we're looking at things that help to form a complete look for an outfit. Now, shape influences the illusion of size. Remember I talked about illusion at the very beginning? When you wear certain shapes, they can make things look bigger or smaller. It indicates whether or not apparel is in fashion at a given time. Because as we know, bell bottoms have come and gone, skinny jeans have come, and I do believe they're gone right now. But all these different ways that fashion is designed goes in and out. Those particular styles that are shaped a certain way go in and out. There's a fashion cycle, as we talked about in previous episodes. They're formed by widening and lengthening the fabric, the neckline, the sleeves, the waistline, the pants length, the skirt length. So all of those things affect the shape of clothing and of an outfit. I will go over shapes and silhouettes for men and women. And I bet you didn't think that there was too much to men, but let me tell you, there's a little bit more to talk about for men as we talk about shape and silhouettes. But for women, there are 4 basic silhouettes and shapes that we tend to run into when we're looking at women's clothing. The first is a straight shape, a boxy look. That could be something like a sheath dress, which is just a straight cut dress, which you'll find that's worn mostly in the summertime. It could either be just like a pullover dress, or it could have zippers and buttons on and things of that nature. But it's just really a straight cut, boxy look. It allows for freedom when you move around. It doesn't really have too much to it decoratively. It's just kind of plain. Another thing that creates the straight shape is a boxy cut top with boxy cut bottoms, or a long straight cut skirt, or straight leg pants. That creates the straight shape for clothing. You may wonder, why would someone even wear that? Whether it's in trend or not, or maybe someone is body conscious. We don't know, but though that is a shape that is created by those particular types of clothing. Now, and it's very simple and plain, and you don't really see it a whole bunch in fashion, because people tend to like to dress themselves up a little bit more than that, or have a little bit more of a shape, a curvy shape to their outfits, which leads me to talking about the bell shape. Now, the bell shape is from going from shoulder to the waist. It goes from narrow to wide when you're going towards the ankles. So you will find that a lot in formal dresses that are fitted in the bodice, and then they flare out from the waist down to the ankles. You'll find that in wide leg pants, what we used to call gauchos or culottes back in the day. They may call them palazzo pants these days, but they're wide legs. So they are gathered at the waist, and then they're wide all the way down to the floor. And it kind of simulates the look of a dress. So that is bell shaped. You also have your A-line skirts, which are cinched at the waist, narrow at the waist, and then they flare out at the bottom. And I know back in the day, it used to be a big thing to have a full skirt that's gathered at the waist, and then it's full. So when you turn, you create this big circle when you turn around. So those are the things that will create a bell-shaped look: narrow at the top, full at the bottom. Now, the third shape for women is back fullness. Now, let me tell you, back in the day, centuries ago, when women wore corsets and full dresses down to the floor, they would have bustles, and those bustles would indicate how wealthy they were. So the more bustle, the bigger the bustle that a woman had, the more wealthy she was. If her bustle was small, she wasn't as wealthy. And if there was no bustle at all, those were considered like the peasant women, the working women who were out in the fields, the housemaids, the things of that nature. They didn't have bustles because they weren't wealthy people. But now we'll see these days the back fullness is in formal dresses, in the form of a bustle or big bows, or some kind of extravagant design that is created by the dressmaker. So those are the kind of things that you would see these days. And nowadays, back fullness is more associated with couture and just fashion, being fashionable and being dramatic with your look, as opposed to being tied to wealth. Last shape that I'm going to talk about is hourglass. That is the achievement of most women when they get dressed. They want to create the illusion of an hourglass look. And that means having a cinched waist and having fullness at the top and at the top of the body, and fullness around the hip and buttocks area, and then slim back down as they go towards the feet. So if you think of a Coke bottle, the old glass Coke bottle, that is the shape that a lot of women attempt to achieve when they're outfitting themselves with dresses, tops and bottoms, anything that would create that Coke bottle or hourglass look. So those are the four different shapes for women. Understanding these shapes is essential for a stylist to do their job. It's essential for wardrobe consultants. It's essential for um, dressing up the mannequins in your stores. It's just an essential part of fashion design and fashion marketing. And since we're specifically talking about marketing here, you need to understand shape as it as an essential part of marketing for visual merchandising and for styling and wardrobe consulting. And when you're writing about fashion, understanding all of those things in the realm of marketing and merchandising is very essential for being able to communicate style to someone or being able to have the customer come in to draw them into your environment or even just to satisfy your customers when you're trying to set them up with an outfit or a wardrobe. So let's talk about the males. Now, we may think men are pretty simple to dress and outfit, and they pretty much are. A man's wardrobe doesn't turn over as much as a woman. This is why it is so essential that he has the key pieces in his wardrobe that are right for his body. Okay, so we're going to talk about two different areas here. I'm going to talk about suits, the type of suits for men, and then we're going to talk about other clothing and those shapes and silhouettes for men. So, suits, there are three different types of suits for men mainly. You have the American cut suit, and you have the British cut suit, and you have the European cut. So, what is the difference in these three different suit types? Well, there's a big difference, and it may be subtle changes in some areas, but the overall look is very different. So, an American cut for a male is pretty much a straight cut waist, kind of like the straight shape for women. There's no tailored look to it. For the male suit, also, it has just like a single vent, the little slit in the back of the jacket. That's an American cut suit. They also have a flaps on the pockets when you see the jackets and it has the little flaps on them. That's American cut. They also have natural shoulders, so there's no padding that's put in the jacket of a male of an American cut suit. And overall, it's a great choice for a first suit. I mean, they tend to be a little less expensive than the British and the European cut. So it's just that very basic look of a suit for American cut. Now, when we get into the British cut, it's a little bit more cinched in at the waist, so it looks a little bit more tailored. It does have a double vent, so a vent on the each side in the back. It does have flap pockets just like the American suit, but it does have padded shoulders, so that gives more of a broader look in the shoulders when you add padding to the shoulders, and it's a classic look. Now, the third suit for men is European. That's more of an Italian cut. So that is really tapered at the waist, which gives like that V look. So the men are generally broad in the shoulders, and then the tapered waist creates that V look on a man's body. It has no vents in the back and it does not have any flap on the pockets. So it's a more clean look. It does have padded shoulders again, which gives more of a broad shoulder, and it's very sleek and modern looking. So you'll see a lot of athletes these days wearing the very sleek, slim fit kind of looking suits. It's not made for everybody, even though the European cuts tend to look better on athletic bodies. Like when I say athletic, like tight muscle athletic bodies, not your offensive line or defensive line on the football field, although they're wearing those these days. Okay, so those are your three different suit types for men. Now, when we get into some other silhouettes for men, we're going to look at five different areas. So, the classic silhouette for a man, that is, their classic look that spans all timelines of life. It's a clean and a tailored look. It has structured lines, which we're going to talk about lines in the next episode, that create like a nice polished look. So it's well fitted garments with straight lines and minimal excess fabric. It's well tailored suits with a fitted jacket that's more of your maybe British or American style suit, straight leg trousers, and it can be very versatile or dressed up or down. So that's like your regular corporate guy going to work kind of look. The polo and the khakis, or with the little jacket over it sometimes. That's just your average classic corporate look. All right. The next one is the slim fit silhouette. So this is when we get more towards the European style suit. So you have it's gained popularity among men who prefer to have more of a modern or streamlined look, which these days, that's what we see in a lot of our young men or our men in general. You look at kids who are going to prom, they have the slim fit look with the slim pants that are above the ankles and all of that they're doing these days in their suits and their outfits. You also have slim fit shirts, trousers, jackets. They're designed to slim the body without being too tight or restrictive. This is characterized by garments that are more fitted, closer to the body, creating a sleek and slimming effect. And it does look good on athletic bodies, as we said before. This works well for men who are lean and athletic build. All right, so that's your slim fit that has become very popular and trendy these days. Now, the next one is the relaxed fit silhouette, which you'll find that this is probably more popular with the broader generation or population of men. The relaxed fit silhouette is more characterized by garments that are looser fit and more relaxed proportions. So it's not so restrictive. It's not trying to show off the body. It's giving, I want to be comfortable. This is in relaxed fit jeans. They give you more room, more wiggle room. Shirts, outerwear are perfect for a laid back and effortless look, right? This is ideal for men who prefer a more relaxed and comfortable fit for casual occasions. So you won't see them out here trying to be Slim Jim or trying to look corporate. You'll see them looking, I don't want to say like pajamas, but with the loose fit top, loose fit bottoms, and it's just very comfy. That could be like in their joggers. It could be in track suits that they have or what have you. But yeah, it just gives off, I want to be comfortable and cozy. And then there's the oversized silhouette. Now, this trend is really big with young people, where they were wearing the oversized shorts, the oversized shirt, the oversized jeans, that for whatever reason, I don't know why this trend came about, but it was just they wanted to have intentionally oversized clothing. I know back in the day, I'm not gonna, I hope I'm not dating myself. Well, I know I will, but Kid and Play, not Kid and Play. Um, what was the name of that group? The little group was that You Make Me Want to Jump, Jump. Okay, anyway, that group. They had oversized clothes. I know in the rap industry, oversized clothing tends to be a thing. And so that has spilled over into the fashion that you'll see a lot of men wearing. The clothing that you'll see them wearing that's oversized are oversized sweaters, shirts, outerwear, and they want to be relaxed, have a relaxed look, but they also want to create like a cool, effortless look, right? So it's important though that they really strike a balance with this oversized clothing so that they don't look sloppy. So they may pair like an oversized jacket with a more fitted pant. You know, you don't generally see the oversized pants and then a more fitted top with men. You may see that with women when they create that fitted body and then have an A-line look for the bell look, but you won't see that with men. Now, the last silhouette for the men in just their basic wear is tailored. Now, this is more refined, it's more sophisticated. It's characterized by garments that are meticulously tailored to fit their measurements in their body. So they may actually go and have something made. And this could be as well as in a suit, because a lot of men, for special occasions, will have a tailored suit. But they can also have tailored pants, tailored tops. There are companies out there that will specialize in tailoring men's clothing to fit them more appropriately. There is a company that was created based on the idea that men don't always want to tuck their shirts in. And when they don't, because, men's shirts traditionally, the button down shirts had a tail in the front, and then a tail in the back, so that when they tucked their shirts in, it would stay. But then it became a trend for men not to tuck their shirts in. However, that look of having the material hang in the front and hang in the back was something that was not really desired. It became a thing that was not desired by men. So the company Untuck It created men shirts, button down shirts that had a fit to where it stopped at a good level on their bodies to look nice and clean looking, but still professional or a nice, neat, casual look. So that could fall into the tailored category because they actually do measure men so that they can have an appropriate fit for their shirts. So tailored silhouettes are something that men are desiring a little bit more these days, especially if they're wearing like that slim fit look. They generally have to get things tailored to their bodies because men clothing tends to be made more boxy and not tailor fit. Um, but again, tailored suits, shirts, trousers that are crafted with precision and attention to detail, resulting in a very sharp and elegant appearance for the male. And they generally wear these on special occasions. So it's a good idea for them to invest in tailored pieces because they become an essential part of their wardrobe for when they do need to go to special events. So there you have it. Those are all the different shapes for men and women. Just to summarize, women tend to have four basic shapes: straight, bell, Bactfulness and Hourglass. Men have 3 types of suits: American, British, and European, with 5 different categories of their type of clothing silhouettes: classic, slim fit, relaxed, oversized, and tailored. I hope this has been very beneficial for your knowledge, and I thank you for joining me here at Marketing Adventure with Jackie. Please come back next week. We're going to talk about lines. Lines. Very crucial to design. So, see you next week. Have a wonderfully blessed day. Thanks for listening to Marketing Adventure. Remember to subscribe, rate, review, and share this episode with someone you think would benefit from the information shared here today. If you have any questions or want to connect with me, find me on Instagram at Marketing Adventure. All links and resources discussed in this episode can be found in the show notes at marketingadventure.com.